Oh,
How was your New Year then? It was good, wasn't it?
it was all right, yeah.
Yeah, Christmas was all right, but New Year was banging.
Yeah, we've filmed
So
this in the past.
March the 1st.
In the future. Sorry, we've still got all the decorations up.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, it's nearly Christmas. It's
It is.
October 25. We've been a bit shit, haven't we?
Welcome to season 2
Oh, yes.
of Wheels and Wings podcast. Because what you have been listening to was season 1.
Yeah.
And now this is season 2 because we had a few weeks break, because it's just been absolute chaos, which we can get into if you want, but it has been insanely busy.
Didn't you say last night you said that was the first day off you've had for about 16 days or something?
Yeah. It wasn't even a day off either, really, was it? Because I was in Altrincham doing record shop stuff.
Yeah.
First day away from the workshop
And
in 16
entertaining
days.
the punters in this fine establishment.
Yeah, the Scottish bird last night with an incredible arse. But yeah, didn't get anywhere with that.
How did that work out for you?
Not good. I did nearly end up going back to Dana's on the way home, though.
Did you?
Yeah. And yeah, that could have gone wrong.
I think she's 51.
She is 51, yeah. But she's banging, like she's hot. She's mega hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just getting on well last night, you know.
Were you?
Yeah. After a lot of tequila.
Oh, on that subject.
I'm not doing
Cheers,
it, mate.
mate.
I'm not doing it.
Come on.
You're off your head.
Come on.
You're off your head. I'm not doing it. Explain to ladies and gentlemen what's happening.
Well, last night I came up with the idea of doing the Tequila Monologues, and
The name sold it to me. The name's
Yeah.
great. The Tequila Monologues.
and here we are. Next day, it's not like we're alcoholics because it's 12:30.
No, we are alcoholics.
And
that's the thing. Thursday, I had a couple of beers. Friday night,
Thursday. Yeah, I wasn't there Thursday.
Friday, you were here with me, and I had at least 12 pints on
Right.
Friday.
Yeah,
And I think you were probably there. And we had tequilas and stuff as well.
yeah.
Absolutely smashed. And then yesterday...
You had to phone me and say, what time did I leave? I said, you left at the same time as me.
Yeah, I did have that existential dread as well.
You get bad beer fear, don't you?
I got massive beer fear. Alad plays into it a lot because he messaged me on Saturday morning. No, he rang me a few times on Saturday morning and I was just terrified to answer because I didn't know what I'd done the night before. And I was just not answering. And he messaged me saying, you need to face the music sometime.
That's worse.
It was so bad, and I was just shitting myself, but he was just winding me up. I'm not doing anything. They rang me, he was like, oh, man.
Have you ever been in a relationship or in a work environment and somebody says, oh, can we have a chat later? And then they don't say anything else.
Yeah.
Or when we come in from work tonight, we need to have a conversation. It's all day.
Yeah.
And it'll be about mowing the grass or something. But,
Yeah. Alad does it
hate
sometimes
that.
in here. Alad's a business partner, by the way, for the bar. And he does it, and he winds me up, but it's is it Crying Wolf?
Yeah.
You know, one day I'm not going to take him seriously when he's being serious.
I know.
Because he walks past and goes, Ben, can you just have a quick word with me outside? And I'm like, oh fuck, what have I done? And it'll be when I'm chatting up some bird, or when something's happening that's probably a little bit scary. I'm, can I have a quick word outside? Fuck, when I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And I get outside, and he's like, you right? You having a good night?
So the theme for today is we're going to, because it's the last one of the year, we're going to talk about what happened this year.
It's not the last one of the year, it's the first of the new season.
Because it's the first of the new season, we're going to drink this during the podcast.
You're dreaming.
And
I'm not drinking. I've got 2 hangovers now to contend with.
Chin chin. Come on.
I'll have one. Look at you shaking.
No, well, this is going to stop that. Cheers, mate. That's lovely, that. Come on, that's nice.
That's a lot better than the one we were having last night.
No, the one that you sell in your bar, you mean? I had to go around the corner to get this.
No,
Anyway.
we sell only the best in the bar.
Yeah.
Don't you no,
What?
no,
You can
can't.
just leave it sit
No,
there.
I've got to go and do Christmas shopping after this.
Oh, mate, imagine the presents that your family are going to have after
No,
this.
that is, I'm fighting that back.
No,
I'm
it's
leaving
fine.
my glass there.
It's warming. Right, anyway, enough of this.
You're an alcoholic.
I'm not. I'm not.
Show me your hand. Oh, that's a sit. You used to be a fighter pilot.
Yep.
Pilot.
Fight a pirate.
Used to fight pirates.
Anyway, tell me about...
Well, season 2.
yeah.
So season 2, we've got lots of... Oh, don't, mate, I can't. You're killing me.
It's good for you. You've got to admit that that's really warm, isn't it? We've got to do this again now. So the idea I came up with last night is we're going to drink this through the podcast.
You don't have to say that again. It's recorded.
So, chin chin.
Please.
Chin chin. Come on. I'll stop after 2.
Right, this is I'm not having any more. Why can't I just can I have a break and we'll have it in a bit?
No, come on.
Been here for 30 seconds.
No, you'll feel so good.
It's still the morning.
Delicious. Right, enough of that silliness.
Go on, pause another one. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nice, isn't it?
It's better, yeah. How much is that? Yeah, it's not much, is it? At all. I've got work tomorrow. Why are you doing this to me, Wynne?
It's still today.
When on Friday, when I was acting up behind the curtain, pretending I was a puppet.
That was funny.
That was funny, but that's your influence, that, mate.
It's not.
It is.
That's all you.
And I'm worried that you are becoming a bad influence on me because I was a saint.
Yeah. So tell me about season 2.
Season 2, we've got tons of amazing things coming up, such as we're doing our first podcast from afar, which is going to be in Tenby. We're going down to Tenby and we're going to sit on the beach and do a podcast. We could probably record a couple when we're down there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be really fun. I'm
That'll be
looking
fun.
forward to that. And also we've got loads of, seriously, I've been writing down, while I've been busy in the workshop and stuff, I've been making notes of loads of amazing car-related stuff that has happened in the world. There's some amazing news out there. There's some very, very bad news as well. Some bad things have happened, and I want to get into all that. But there is some really, really good stuff happening as well, which is pretty cool. And we've got other exciting things, such as I wrote some down, and I can't remember why I wrote them down because one of them's Wynne's thumb, and the other one's left-handed wanking.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other good stuff in there, but we'll try and touch on those if we can remember why I wrote them down. I think it was possibly in here, hammered.
Yeah.
And it just says Apple phone.
Yeah.
Why would I write that on the podcast list?
Because I say, why have you got that piece of shit phone? And you said I had an Apple iPhone, and I sent it back because you hated it.
So I got a new iPhone last week or week before. Used it for a day, parceled it back up and sent it back. Just can't. There's not enough hours in the day to
learn.
relearn.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's all it's all your muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know where your Android stuff is, because swiping back, you can't swipe back on an iPhone, and I find that mental. But so, to you it doesn't matter, but to me it's because that is the one function I use the most on my phone. It's and now I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's very, very
No, that's
strange.
fair. That is fair. It's just different, isn't it?
It is different and worse. So I'm sticking to my Android. I'm going to get a new Google Pixel soon because to charge this now, you have to sort of stand there at a certain angle. And
Have you taken the fluff out of the charging hole?
I've tried with a safety pin, but I can't.
Okay.
Can't make it work.
Okay.
I'm not very good at that sort of stuff. It's too small.
It's too small.
And I'm worried I'm going to short something out in there as well. I'm just stabbing it with a safety pin in its charging ports.
So when I went with...
It's not a euphemism.
My sons came over from Texas and I took them to Tenby to see family.
Yeah.
And...
that was really nice. I met them as well.
Yeah.
We could talk about that.
Yeah. And went down there, forgot my charger. And they both had wanky phones like you. So I couldn't borrow their charger.
USB-C, man.
Suddenly realise, wake up, it's got 4% charge. You think, not a big deal. And then you say, hang on a minute, I can't contact anybody. I can't
live.
pay for anything because I never bring a card.
I don't have any wallets. Just have at all times a little bit of walking around money.
What's that for then?
You just got to have a little bit of walking around money.
What, for walking around?
For walking around. And then you use your phone if you're paying it on card.
Oh, I see.
A little bit of walking around money. And never trust a man with a purse.
Oh, no.
That's what I was told when I first got my first job. And they were trying to bed me into them.
Where was that?
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And they were
So
like...
you listened to a car salesman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they told me all about the world. And he also told me that...
All about the world.
All about the world. And told me that nuts were really healthy.
Yeah,
and
they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, and I was trying to lose a bit of weight at the time. I was like, I don't know. So,
Yeah, so nuts are really healthy.
camera's doing that thing again. We need to get some new gear. New gear for the new year. About a week later, I said to him, I was like, yeah, I'm not seeing much, like, in terms of, like, you know, weight loss or anything. I'm eating, like, as many as I can, like. And he was like... What do you mean? And like, I opened the drawer on my desk and it was full of massive bags of like fruit and nut mix and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was eating like one of them a day.
Yeah.
Just like as breakfast, dinner, tea, just mouthfuls of nuts constantly. And he was like, no, mate, that's not healthy. I was like,
Oh.
you've got to be more specific, man.
Yeah.
You got to be more specific, you know.
Interestingly, I've just finished the second book,
Oh, nice.
and it's about
Tequila.
it's about how to break a habit. No, it's not.
Oh,
It's about eating in a certain way to prevent the onset of Alzheimer's. It's called the Mind
Any
Diet.
particular reason why you're doing research on that?
It's because
It's because.
it's about eating in a particular way
Yeah.
to prevent the onset of Alzheimer's.
What's it called?
The Mind Diet.
What's it about?
But it's called Mediterranean Intervention for Neurological Decline. It's the mind part of the Mind Diet. But it's interesting you should say that, because it's about eating leafy greens and berries and nuts and stuff like that. Because what they found out was people who live around the Mediterranean
Well, they don't have any diseases or anything, do they?
drink olive oil and eat fish, and they don't have much in the way of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, there's a few other things they don't have as
Or
well.
can't they remember?
They don't have like asthma and eczema, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist over there. It was mad. My little sister, when she was nearly new, so like, I don't know, 3 or something.
Yeah. Nearly new.
Yeah.
I've never heard that expression in my life.
Well, you know, when they're brand new.
Yeah, when they're
And then they get older.
Yeah.
And so we went on a holiday to Crete,
Yeah.
and she had really bad eczema, yeah?
Yeah.
Like the worst. It was all over. It's terrible. Like, it was really, really bad. I went to Crete, and we spent, I think it was quite a long time, because I ended up in hospital in Crete for 3rd-degree sunburn.
Oh, shit.
Which was bad. But because I ended up in the hospital...
Nothing to do with being strawberry blonde there, then?
Yeah, that was my first my first dip into it. I think I was 15 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. I was in the sea all day.
Yeah, thinking like, well, I'm all right in the water.
Because I'm in the water.
Yeah.
I was just swimming around in the sea like a little fish. Because
Yeah.
fish, when was the last time you saw a sunburnt fish?
Yeah.
Never. And then a lad that I made friends with, as we were getting out, he went, "See you later," smacked me on the back. And like, I just dropped to the floor, yeah. Just absolutely dropped. Just couldn't. It was like he'd stabbed me 1,000,000 times in the back, like, and I just couldn't work out what was going on. And then my mum rushed over and she was like, "Holy shit.
You're pink.
You're fucked."
Yeah. You're fucked. Anyway, I've got to deal with my daughter's eczema.
Yeah, so because we ended up staying for a bit longer, it was quite a few weeks over there. And when we got back, Dawn's eczema had like cleared up.
Amazing.
It was the maddest thing. It was just like because as you said, with the diet and with the sun, the vitamin D of the sun, because we don't get any fucking sun in the UK ever. We never have any sun. And then and it's still there, but like nowhere near as bad. Like it's incredible. It really was.
Yeah. It's a new book's out.
So can I see a copy of it?
Yeah, I haven't got one printed off yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
How many are you sending to the printers?
Well, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
With KDP on Amazon, so when somebody orders a copy of the book, they print it and then post it out.
Well, they have to print it at home on the printer.
Yeah, well, I think Amazon they're all right for printers.
Oh, no, Amazon prints it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
But they
that's quite
hold
cool.
it as a PDF, and a picture of the cover, and when somebody orders it, they print it, put it together, and ping it out. So I don't hold any copies at all. What? Oh, the vanity copies. You can ask for an author's copy.
Signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, we've had so many new subscribers. It's amazing.
Well, so interesting thing. When I got this iPhone, I logged out of my YouTube account on my phone, and I can't get back into the Wheels and Wings one, so I can't see any of it now.
Yeah. 27 subscribers now.
27.
No.
It's incredible.
But
how many have we got?
It's over 2,000.
2,000. That's insane.
It is insane. Well,
2,000 people.
2 guys in the bar last night. I said
Steve, is it Steve?
Steve, who sold you
Steve,
the ST.
if you're listening, he sold me the ST3.
Lovely man.
Yeah, great bloke. Yeah. Good car. I still love that car. Parked outside.
He was saying impressive time around the Nürburgring.
Yeah, it was good fun, that. Looking forward to smashing that this year.
And in what car might that be?
The 911.
Yeah.
It should be nice. Looking forward to, causing some chaos. That's going to go. It was on the news, like today when we're doing this, it's like red warnings for wind and stuff, and they've got a big, like, what do you call that? Is that a veranda? What is it?
It's just a shade that comes out of the side of the building, isn't it? Sunshade.
Occasionally, it looks like it's going to get ripped out of the wall.
Surprised they left it out. Anyway, so car stuff then. What's it like living with that 911?
Oh, a dream.
Is it?
It's a dream come true.
Is it more than you thought it would be, or is it what?
No, it's better than I thought it'd be, which is exactly how I wanted it to go. So there's big standouts for that is comfort. It is so comfortable, because a lot of the cars I drive, like, you're jumping in the truck, Rascal, some of the older cars that I use occasionally, ST and things, comfort level varies in all of them, and some of them can be a bit shit.
Yeah.
But the Porsche is lovely.
Is it?
It's lovely.
Because I thought it would be really, like, the suspension would be really stiff.
Well, there's a button to turn that off, you see.
Oh.
To turn it on to get stiff suspension.
Yeah. Oh, it's like sport mode.
Yeah. Which I press. So sport mode is for the exhaust and suspension, and does a few other things. But I turn that on because I want the exhaust, but then you can turn the suspension side of it off. So it's soft, but with a loud exhaust.
So what's that, just a port in the exhaust that lets it go straight through?
Two flaps, yeah. 2 flaps in either bank.
Good
fucking great.
Yeah. Why would you want to turn that on?
I know, yeah. It's annoying that it doesn't come on by default. Like, it's like the flaps aren't just open by default and you can turn it to go to quiet. But that's a lot of things like that with cars, isn't it?
I guess you don't want to be roaring through town all the time, though.
Oh, no, I do.
Of course.
No, I like to. I keep it on quiet when, like, I'm pulling into where I live and stuff like that. You know. But anyway, it's mint. I'm absolutely loving it. The sound system is banging. So good. The whole car is amazing. Yeah, big Bose thing. But the whole thing's amazing. I love it. It's really good. Have you decided, now that we've got 2,000 subscribers, what kind of Porsche you're going to get?
I think I'd get an older one than that, but I don't know if that's fraught with danger and things going wrong.
Cars are cars, aren't they?
Yeah.
All cars go wrong.
It's the amount of miles it's done, isn't it? That's what it comes down to. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's all down to how the car's been looked after.
But if it's done 200,000 miles, things wear out, don't they?
Well, it depends what it's had. What if it's done 200,000 miles and it's had everything replaced on it?
Yeah, that's not the same car, is it?
Well, not everything.
Like Grandad's axe.
Yeah. Was it Trigger's broom?
Trigger's broom. Yeah.
But
used to like Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Really good. So there's a lot of anything happened. I saw something Chinese trying to get on the Concorde game. Have you seen that?
No.
I haven't written anything down for planes because that's...
Oh, as in like making a new supersonic airplane? Yeah.
They reckon London to New York in 2 hours.
Isn't it weird that we had that?
Well, no,
it was 3, but
yeah.
But it was such a backward step getting rid of the Concorde.
But they reckon there's stuff there, which is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything else in the plane, Will, before I get onto 6 hours of cars?
Yeah, that's what you said to me last night. You said, this is going to be a car one. I said, no, it's fine. So let's get into it. I have got a car one, though. But when I was in Tenby, I spoke to my brother, and he's bought his wife an, is it EQC 300?
Oh God, the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big snail.
All electric, big snail. And I thought he was going to say, because he's a bit like...
Tequila's gone down really well.
I know.
That was a joke.
Set him up, mate.
No. The idea behind the tequila was as well, which I thought, again, we'll do this, but we have to do the podcast in the evening.
Yeah.
No, I've got to work.
Work when?
I've got to do all this. I can't do anything pissed.
Just have one more. You're not pissed. It's nice.
Can't do. I've got to work.
Okay.
I'll cycle into the canal on the way home. The wind's really bad.
So I thought because he's a little bit like, if he's bought it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So he bought, and he thinks it's the biggest pile of shit he's ever bought.
Really?
Yeah. He said
Wow.
you can jump in it and say it's got 80-mile range.
Right.
He said you turn on the electric seats and like give it a bit of like rooty toot down the motorway, and it just drops to 30 miles range. And he said it is scary. But the main thing, and I hadn't thought about this, was he lives in Pembrokeshire. He went to Carmarthen to do some shopping with his wife, and he said, "Shit, we're gonna have to find someone to charge this thing to get home." And they left with enough charge to go from where they live to Carmarthen and back easily.
Right.
But like on the way, it became apparent it's like, no, we are going to have to charge it. He said that's frustrating for a start.
I couldn't. That'd be so annoying.
Yeah.
You need to get home.
Yeah. So he found a charging point, and apparently how these things work is you flash your card phone at the thing, and it takes 50 quid off you straight away, and then you, depending on how much, it returns, like if you just charge it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, and it'll charge you 20 quid and return you 30 quid within the next couple of days. But that charging point didn't work, so he went to another one, and that didn't work. So that's twice it's got charged 50
Got charged
quid.
50 quid?
And then they found a third one that worked. So he had 150 quid had come out of his bank for all three. And he said, you do get those first two back. But he said, what about somebody in a Nissan Leaf? Or
Not every 50 quid is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I've very rarely have, like, a full tank in the car. Like, it just it's always been. I live my life in the red, and a lot of people do. And if you take, I remember Asda. Do they take 99 quid or something? Once they used to do that a while ago for
petrol.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but then they stopped it immediately because it's like, if that's all the money you've got, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, that's what you're saying. You see, that's 100. So you've got to charge the car because you've got to get home. Now he's 150 quid on his car. He said a lot of people that would, they
kids
got to pay.
Crying.
Kids are crying. You've got to sit there waiting for it to charge. And he said a lot of people, if you're going shopping now, your card will be declined because it's like you're over your limit. I mean, I hadn't even thought about that.
See, they're just shite. Like, electric cars is just, I can't. There's some, like, I can see some benefits. I'm not totally.
Round town.
Yeah, if you're a little city dweller, and you've got friends and
like
family.
A hobbit.
Yeah, you've got friends and family that have normal, real cars. So whenever you need to go anywhere properly, you can go. Oh, can we go in your car?
Yeah.
Oh, do you mind if we just go in your car? Is that okay? Yeah. Like they all do.
Have you seen that EVs now are charged road tax as well? Because that used to be one of the things that's like, don't pay road tax.
Yeah, that's how they get you, isn't it? Like it's the same with when the diesels came out and they were zero tax and stuff on the more modern stuff with emissions and things, and the government's like, oh, hang on. But a lot of the tax has gone up, but it's the vehicle excise duty when you first buy the car, so it's the first year VED.
Okay.
Which is your so like, and you never really see that. So you like when you buy a new car. In the list price of the car and in the deal of the car is your first month's tax.
Right.
So that's always paid in there. Like it's on registration because they register it and stuff. I mean, it was when I was. I imagine it's still the same, but it's still there. Like so, it's just built into the price of the car. Really, you don't necessarily see that. It's not like you go into the post office and paying $3,000 to insure an Amarok, to tax an Amarok or something. It's just in the first year's sort of thing. But
how much is it then? How much?
A lot
for a new car.
A few grand on some of the big saucy stuff, yeah, which is really shit.
I didn't know that was a thing.
But we are I don't want to kick up too much of a fuss about that because, like in Europe and some other places, like they are fucked for taxes on cars. I got a comment off someone on the YouTube video, and my Discovery, which is very cheap Land Rover, but it is quite dear to tax over. It costs 670 quid for the year or something like that.
Okay.
And a guy from, like, I don't know if it was Belgium or Netherlands, somewhere there, he goes, that would be roughly what it is a month over here.
Whoa.
Mad that, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's that, but that's like, there's a few places like that, so we are a little bit lucky in some of those.
However, Miles and Brad over from Texas,
Yeah.
they could not believe the price of fuel over here. So, like, I think Miles has Mazda something or other, but a saloon car.
Yeah.
And he worked out, like, to fill it to the gunnels would be 23 quid. They couldn't.
Wow.
And they think fuel's really expensive because it's gone up so much. So, what?
It's insane.
I know.
It was really, really good meeting your sons. It was funny because Alan didn't get a chance to come and meet them.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he goes, "What were they like? Were they knobheads? Because they're just because they're your kids, and B because they're American."
Yeah.
I was like, we were like, what are these people going to be like? I just can't imagine your kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Apart from like Toby, and Toby's like still young, so he just is. But I can't imagine like adult kids, like you know. But anyway, so they came down, and I just worked out. I said to him, out of the three of them, like, Wynne's the knobhead. Like they were absolutely sound, like the nicest guys in the world. Really, really got with them. Hoping to go over there and do
definitely
do the stuff with Brad. That'd be really good.
So Brad's probably listening to this, so he didn't think you were a knobhead, Brad. So that's good.
Just your dad. But no, it was a lot of fun. Really, really nice guys. Really good to meet them. Really enjoyed them. And so we're planning, hopefully, maybe this year or no, next year, 25.
And that's to do with the heat. It's so bloody hot there.
Right, yeah.
You know, in the summer, like Fahrenheit, all the things we've done. But you want, like July, August, it gets above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it never comes down.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'm not into that. But so when it's a bit cooler over there, we'll go over to Texas, me, you and Tobes.
Yeah.
And we'll do some podcasts over there, and I want to do some car stuff over there as well. Tasty Classic stuff. And also, it'd be good to hang out with Brad. He said we could do one from in a plane.
Oh, yeah.
With him piloting.
That'd be cool.
And because, like, if it's just us on the plane, because we can hire a little bizjetty thing from him. It's not that expensive. What did he say? It was $100 an hour?
Yeah, no, I think that was for learning to fly in a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Bouncing around in a...
Or maybe we pay $150 and get a nicer one.
Yeah.
But we could just jump in the cockpit, innit?
Yeah.
Press some buttons. You know, like when you're driving along, you make flicks your indicators on, do that. Yeah. Switch the ignition off.
Because he said he'd give you a flying lesson, didn't he?
Yeah, that'd be ace. I love that. That'd be dead cool.
That would be cool.
Also, I really want you to. So you need to organise because I'm too busy and like I'm doing this. You need to get this all sorted.
What?
I've sent you a link to the flight simulator.
Oh, I do want to do this.
I think it'd be the funniest. So if anybody has listened to the like real old podcasts from like a year ago or something, no, don't. Oh God, you're gonna kill me. That's so much as well.
It's not. Yeah, go on. Tell about the simulator.
What were we talking about?
A simulator.
Oh yeah, a simulator.
This is a fantastic idea.
So, the simulator.
Simulator
is. So it was. Again, it was not much. It was like $89.99 for an hour, something mad, like
awesome.
Really, really good. So get a couple of hours of that, and we could put the cameras up in it because on the old podcast I said that it is every man's dream, but it's definitely my dream. But like if you go into Malaga on holiday or something, and you just the whole time in the plane, you're sitting there going, I hope both the pilots take ill. I hope they both take ill because then
they both die.
Yeah, because then the flight attendant's going to come out and go, help! Can anyone fly this plane?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, me, I'll do it. Please. And I go,
And what's
come on,
that,
then you have a
just
go.
remind me, what's that based on? That level of
Just confidence, yeah, level of confidence, just sheer confidence. I can't imagine it. I could get a plane on the ground safely with all the passengers. I could save 150 lives. I could do it. It's not a problem.
Yeah. In this fantasy, at the end, once you're all down and safe, do you get to choose a girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm lauded over quite highly, and it's like big rosettes with flowers on and stuff going over my neck, and there's loads of fit women there, and they're all going, "Oh my god, he's a hero."
Yeah, if it wasn't for you, my daughter would have died.
Yeah,
so
that's
now
it.
she belongs to you. Is that how it goes?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
So the simulator then that you found.
So the idea is because that everyone thinks they could land a plane if it comes to it.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we get them to chalk up a scenario where we're just Malaga.
Yeah.
On going over to Spain
and we sit in the back. And they got to go.
And then it's empty and the camera's rolling and everything, and then me and you walk into the cockpit. We're mic'd up.
Yeah.
And we have to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm left-hand seat.
You're captain.
I'm captain.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be too easy for you because you have actually flown a plane several thousand times.
Yeah. But not a can of human sardine plane. I had to be careful last night because there's this lovely guy I met, a friend
Lloyd.
of Alid. Yeah, a really top guy, and there's a level of banter in the RAF that's sort of normal.
Yeah,
and there's a very real pecking order of what.
I remember you saying this. Yeah.
What you fly.
Yeah.
So you all go into the machine at the beginning, and depending on how you do, you get selected to fly different airplanes.
Yeah. Sorry about that camera. It stopped again. Need to get a new camera. If you see that red light not flashing, tell me.
I never look at that.
This is the problem. Anyway.
So.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Tintin.
No, I'll leave it a bit.
Come on.
No, I'll leave it a bit.
That's a good
idea.
idea.
I'll leave it a little bit.
What about now?
So the pilot. The other one's still in there.
This is lovely.
The other one's still in there.
Okay, so as you go through flying training, there's an attrition rate for each course. Some people get chopped completely and chucked out and say, go away, never come back. You won't be a pilot as long as your arse points downwards. Go away.
Yeah.
Then you got the people who end up flying multi-engine airplanes, like the Hercules, which Lloyd flew. I mean, there are some extremely gifted people who flew the Hercules and then went on to fly Harrier, so you have to be careful with this banter. And I flew helicopters as well, so I get some as well, by the way. Yeah. But people coming up to you going, all right, mate, do you want something to drink? It's like, oh, shut up. It's like,
is that the noise of the helicopter?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
So I said, he said, I flew Hercules, and I nearly said, anything that you can fly, and then have a meal at the same time. And the other one was the last person to fail.
Did you say that to him?
No. Oh. The last person to fail the Hercules operational conversion unit was just a torso. Which is really, really bad and really unfair. But that's the sort of thing, because there's a pecking order within the fast jet world. It was Harriers were top of the top. Now it's F-35s, then Typhoons. There's always a pecking order. And then within, if you went to an F-35 squadron, there's a pecking order within that squadron. Everybody knows who they are, where they sit. You come in as the JP, the junior pilot, and you're dirt on people's boots, and you work your way up. You end up being a qualified weapons instructor, then you're there and you're checking other people out. It's a constant scramble for where am I on this ladder of ego.
Of course.
So it's just that. So very unfair, but yeah. So the simulator.
Nice guy though.
Really nice bloke.
Really nice guy, yeah.
And a real.
Cross-eyed, wasn't he?
Was he?
No.
He can't be, mate. He's perfect. He's a pilot. Very good rugby player.
Is he?
Yeah, very good.
Alad's got to knock it off again. I always slag Alad off in this podcast, but he did this absolute proper cunt's trick when I walked in. He goes, oh, Ben, you remember Lloyd, don't you? Never fucking met this bloke before in my life, yeah? Never met him before in my life. And Alad's like, you remember Lloyd, don't you? I'm like, you know, because my memory's shit, and I'm like, oh, am I being the rudest person in the world now? Like, so
Did he say, "Oh, hi, Ben"?
He just put his hand. He was like, "Hi, mate," and I was just like, and I was like, "Yeah, I think so."
So he was a year below you in school, and he would remember you because you always remember the people above you, don't you? But you never remember the people in the year below. True. It's like, you know, just a year below, aren't they?
Yeah, in allergy, you know. So I just fucking, I don't know.
He does do that though, doesn't he?
He does.
He's friends with a lot of people, Aled, isn't he?
He is.
How does he do that? How does he maintain that?
He's got fuck all else going on, hasn't he?
Fair.
Plays golf and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So simulator's a brilliant idea.
So we get in there.
Yeah.
And the guys doing the computer bit, they go, okay, both pilots dead. You've got control of the plane. So we're in there. I'm not see you're, and you know, I think together we just got to work it out.
Yeah,
and
that's brilliant.
We'll see if they can help us get to the airport.
Well,
and stuff.
what they can do is act as air traffic control.
Yeah.
So as soon as we work out how we can speak on the radio, because that's quite important.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a button somewhere. Hopefully, it'll be pretty intuitive.
But it just sounds like so much fun trying to work out like where the button is.
Really sounds fun.
It's like, where's the button for the radio? And it just dumps all its fuel. Oh fuck! It wasn't that one.
Flying along, thinking you're talking on the radio, and the wheels are going up and down. Why is that guy's wheels going up and down?
That's brilliant.
Yeah. That'd be great. So then, if he could act as air traffic control, and normally what they do is get a 737 qualified guy there, and start talking you through it. And that
which is kind of you.
I've never been in a 737 cockpit.
Well, yeah, but you're a pilot.
And no, it's not like that. They're all different. We've had this discussion.
I know, yeah, but they're kind of the same. Aren't they? We've got sticks, wings,
engines, throttles. How tricky can it be? Numbers, that's what we need. We need some numbers.
Okay.
Stalling speeds.
Nice, so we can get all that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get all that.
Yeah, nice.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. Again, you know, it's ChatGPT. How do I fly this?
Hi, mate. So the situation is...
Come on, get him out. Get him out. Beat the robot. Come on. Right, while you're getting ChatGPT open, because it takes about 20 minutes for you to wake him up, doesn't it? I'm going to get a lemonade.
Do you know what I thought you just said?
Yeah, which is... Oh, those ciders are nice. Oh, no more alcohol. Stop. Can't do it, Wynne.
Hi, mate. So we're in a scenario where I'm having to take over the controls of a 737 aeroplane because both pilots have food poisoning and they've keeled over. Can you give me some top tips to get started?
Wow, that's quite a scenario. The first thing to do is stay calm. The most crucial step is to communicate with air traffic control. They can provide guidance and help you step by step. Next, keep the wings level and maintain a steady altitude. If there's an autopilot, engage it and follow instructions from the ground crew. Do you have a way to communicate with them?
No, the radio, we threw it out the window because we thought it was something else. We thought it was a spider. We threw it out the window, but it wasn't. It was all the radio controls.
That's quite a situation.
I know. Sorry.
Hello?
Oh, no, sorry. Go on. I was just saying I know.
No worries. It's definitely a tough spot to imagine. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you?
Yes, I'm here. Is everything all right?
Well, not really, because we're in a 737. We're doing probably, I don't know, the indicated wind's airspeed there is
0.7 Mach.
0.7 Mach, and we're trying to land it, or we're trying to get, and we're asking you, and you're just asking me if I'm okay. Of course I'm not okay! Trying to land a fucking jumbo jet, there's 150 people in the back screaming.
I'm sorry you're feeling this way. Let's take a deep breath together. If this were real, you'd want to keep calm and follow instructions from any available guides or manuals. Is there anything specific you'd like help with?
What do I do? What do I do? I can see the sea. I can see the sea in front of me. That can't be good, can it? Like directly in front of me. And it's coming closer and closer and closer. What shall I do?
Pull back gently on the controls to lift the nose. Keep calm and focus on maintaining altitude. If you can, try to find a stable, level flight.
Oh, wow, that actually worked. Thank you. Oh, God. Oh, everybody's saved. Oh, the pilots are woken back up. That's amazing. Thanks very much for your help.
I'm so glad everything turned out well. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Okay. To be fair,
Surprisingly.
she kept her head under pressure there, didn't
Yeah.
she? She kept a cool head.
Yeah, she didn't care, did she? Whether we lived or died.
No.
You could just tell. Like, you could tell from her voice.
If there'd have been an explosion,
Yeah.
she could have played an explosion noise into it.
Yeah.
If there'd have been an explosion, then she would have just gone, "Are you okay? Are
Let's
you there?"
both take a deep breath. How are you going to take a deep breath?
Yeah. But fair play, pull back on the thought, the sea.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, that was good. I like that. Yeah, so we'll do that. That's great.
Okay.
What about, you've got a long list of car stuff. This was going to be a car one.
Oh yeah. Right. Sorry, I've got not cocaine or anything, but I've got a bit of a stuffed nose after last night.
Have you?
I think it's the smoking.
Have you tried tequila?
Oh fuck. Right. I need to go and blow my nose, I think.
Okay. Oh, for goodness sake.
Sorry about that. Should we? Because we were talking about touring cars last time. We were talking about the Nissan Primera.
You don't like the whole hybrid, like you get extra power thing, don't you, from it?
But it was also to do with telling the cars apart, being able to tell exactly what the cars are.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
sort of having a bit of identity
Yeah.
in each team. So, yet again, I've predicted the future.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my microphone. Is it on? Yeah, yet again, I have predicted the future. So, WRC, I think, we're listening to that podcast. So this isn't BTCC related, but it kind of is, which is why I mentioned the BTCC because it's out there. I'm going to show you a picture that I took earlier. I meant to screenshot, but didn't. Oh, for God's sake, why don't I ever do that? But, oh no, I did. Hey, look at that. You see the different car shapes?
Yeah, like it.
So I'm going to show you this now. So there's been a massive rule change in WRC, regulations change from 2027, and now they are doing it because, again, they were listening to the podcast, and they agree you are an alcoholic.
What?
They agree that all the cars look the same.
Yeah.
And
that
it
is boring.
It's very, very boring. And
Yeah.
so I did a bit of a deeper dive into exactly why, Wynne, these cars look the same.
Come on.
So they have. So part of the WRC regulations is you have a safety cell, right?
Yeah.
And every team has to use this safety cell and build their car around it.
Okay.
Which I didn't really know. It kind of works like that, and so it's been difficult for manufacturers to use a different style of car
Okay.
because it doesn't work with the safety cell.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
So are they creating a body shape that works well with the safety cell they have to use? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. So, but the safety cell's designed around things like your Fiestas and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Corolla type, whatever. I don't even know what the i20s, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're now getting rid of that,
Yeah.
and they've redesigned it so it can be used in lots of different shapes of cars. So you've got your traditional hatchback,
Yeah.
saloon car,
Yeah.
and even SUV sized things. So they're doing that to try and make it a bit more interesting, but also to try and get other manufacturers that might not have a hatchbacky style car
Yeah, cool.
into the WRC. And the other massive rule change in WRC, there's two. First one is they're getting rid of the hybrid.
WRC has
Yeah,
hybrid
get rid
as
of the
well.
hybrid. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And BTCC does, and they're both getting rid of the hybrid.
Oh, so touring cars getting rid of hybrid as well?
Yeah, get rid of hybrid.
Okay.
So it's a couple of reasons why that's good news. One, because hybrid is a little bit, I don't know, word that I want to say I can't, but but it's just boring. Hybrid's boring. But the main reason why I'm not a fan of it is that it puts a huge amount of technical pressure on the manufacturers to create rally car in budget that uses, has batteries and stuff and, an engine and things. It's just too much. It's too difficult and it's hard, reliability wise and stuff like that. Excuse me.
Holy shit.
Excuse me. So they're getting rid of it and in favour of more sustainable fuels to be used in the cars, which is fantastic. So internal combustion all the way, baby.
So the only thing I'm thinking is that what the hybrid was good, because you had so many laps of hybrid, didn't you? So if you're at the back, you had like 12 laps, but if you were at the front, you had 1. And so it
in BTCC.
It helped with the racing. So so it made the racing more interesting. What are they going to do about that? Do you know, or are they just like
get rid of it? It's just shit. It doesn't. But, It was that whole thing of when they first, because it's the push to pass thing and stuff with like electric. Oh my god, it's biblical out there. That's crazy.
You'll have to stay in the bar all day.
Yeah.
So what do you think about DRS in Formula 1 then?
Again. Sorry about this. Just unwell. We need to do a podcast where the timing's always annihilated. Wednesday evenings we need to go back to.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good. It was alive then.
Yeah.
I think when you introduce things like that, it's a little bit more video gamey, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It goes less down to the driver's skill and more so to team management and the guy on the radio going, I think you should use this now because we're going to come and pit in 2 laps, blah, blah, blah. And it's just all a little bit like, I want the guys to go as fast as they can on the track.
Yeah, because they do that in Formula 1, don't they, where they do a lot of sort of tyre management, for example.
Yeah.
So they're not going as fast as they can all the time.
Yes, that's right.
Which is a bit annoying. Where are you going?
I'm suffering.
You are, actually.
So I'm just not a massive fan of all that. I think going back to basics is better. It was more interesting then.
Yeah.
So do it.
I can see that. I do know what you mean.
But the other massive thing, the biggest, most massivest thing, is there's a spend cap in rally car builds. So
right.
A team would have, in the past, I think it was almost £1 million.
Yeah.
700-ish thousand or something that you couldn't spend any more than that to build your car.
Okay.
But what that meant was everybody spent up to that.
Right.
Because they were just, trying to win. So it meant that if, for example, Audi wanted to go, should we make a little rally car for a laugh? Should we do a little rally car? And then the boss is like, it's 700 grand, man.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we won't. So they've reduced the spend cap to, I think, £350,000. So they've halved it.
Wow.
So no hybrid, and they've basically said, you've got 350 grand, do what you want, because you can have any kind of car, SUV, saloon car, internal combustion.
That's cool.
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick.
And you're going to get, I would have thought you get private people coming in now. They do anyway.
Drive
and people like that.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting what manufacturers and stuff they have behind them and what cars, because I imagine there's still homologation stuff that they'll have to do.
What's that mean?
So to make the Toyota Yaris GR and stuff, I think was a homologation car. So you have to make a certain amount of those. But then it turned out it was just really good, so they made loads of them anyway.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, and it means that, say for example, if Audi did come on board or any other manufacturer, Subaru wanted to just crack on, anything cool.
That's cool.
So cool. You can imagine Volvo, just anybody just wanting to sort of get back into it.
Yeah.
Or get into it at all. And I think it's just going to make things really good and exciting again. So I'm going to try and pay a bit more attention to what's going on in WRC. And BTCC, the only thing that they've changed is the hybrid thing.
Okay.
And a few other tiny little tweaks. But the only interesting thing is the hybrid thing, which is good because it was the push to pass thing, wasn't it? So it gave him a boost, to give him an electrical boost. And I remember it's broke on that, I can't remember, it was ages ago, it was 3 years ago. and he beat the lap time for everybody else that was using it.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like, or he won the race, something like that anyway. And they were like, so it didn't impede you not having the hybrid? And he was like, it's just a nightmare to like keep on top of it and work out
to
when to use
manage
it.
it.
Yeah, and I just, all I could do when it broke was focus on driving. And it's like, yeah, great.
That's interesting, that.
Really interesting. So yeah,
That's really good. I do like the idea of having lots of different types of car in WRC.
Yeah, I think that's
Because
really cool.
if you look at some of the Paris-Dakar cars, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Lada Niva, which you can still buy new ones of, 4x4. Yeah. They have never won anything in motorsport apart from like one Paris-Dakar race, and it was just in all of the cars like broke down. It wasn't that long ago either, and because the Niva's still so basic, they're just flying through the desert in this Lada. It's amazing.
Carlos Sainz's dad won the last Paris-Dakar.
Wow.
And he's like 60 or something. He's cool. Isn't he?
He's the original Carlos
Yeah,
Sainz.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He's the valley driver.
He's the
Carlos
real
Sainz.
one, isn't he?
Yeah. He's the boy.
It's weird as how they call him Carlos Sainz Senior. It's like, no, the other bloke's junior, surely.
Don't they call it? Isn't it both? One's junior, one's senior.
Probably.
I think so.
That's cool. That's good. That's
is really
exciting.
good.
I
It
do
is.
like BTCC. It's
Yeah, so
good racing.
again, I'm going to sort of have another look into it because it just frees up manufacturers to just do better stuff, really, and make more advances with internal combustion. Because one of the things they've got to do is the sustainable fuel. So if they are making more use of it, making more noise about it, more research gets done into it, and then potentially one day we might wake up, turn on the news, and Porsche will go, or anyone else. I know Porsche are making big waves in the sustainable fuel, or Toyota will go, stick all your electric car stuff up your arse because we've just invented this fuel that we can grow in an allotment round the back and crush it in a cup and put it in the car, and it's fucking fuel.
In a cup.
Yeah, and that one day I'm just hoping we're gonna and it'll work in all your old cars and won't burn any of your valves.
Yeah. Why is that a problem then? Is it like
Well, modern fuels are like some
Burn
old
hot.
cars have softer valve seats, so it burns a little bit too hot for
That's
them and melts them.
interesting.
So you have to do unleaded conversions
Yeah,
because it used to be leaded.
yeah, and you used to have 5-star fuel, didn't you? 4-star.
Yeah,
but you used to have 5-star.
What's 5-star? I don't remember 5-star.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, well, it's like AVTR, which is we've spoken about this, I think.
I don't know.
So aviation fuel is very high octane petrol. So like for racing and that sort of stuff, people always try to get hold of it. It's blue. It's actually got a blue tint in it.
So what would happen if I put some of that in the 911?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It works well as it is, isn't it? But it's high,
but would it make it faster?
Yeah, I would have thought so. It's higher octane.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Down
Can
to
you
the
get me
local
some?
airport. How do you get it? I don't know. Let's look into that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be good.
So I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Looking back over the last year.
Looking back over my shoulder,
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, sorry.
Have you ever thought of singing for a career?
I got singing lessons when
Did
I was
you?
younger. Not that younger either. When I was like 28,
Did you?
I did get singing lessons. I was in a band. I was in a couple of bands.
Were you? Not as a singer though.
So the first band I was a bass player, and the second, I say it was the second band. It was with a lot of the same people, but like
Oh, right.
a couple of the guys left.
Yeah.
And like I had to, we needed a singer, and I was like, I'll do it.
What are you looking for a singer for? I'm here.
Right here.
I'm a front man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born for this.
Born for that.
Went to get singing lessons. It turns out I wasn't born for it. Unfortunately.
That whole staying in tune thing.
Yeah. It's fucking difficult.
Yeah, it is.
But I learned a few things out of it. Out of it. It was good.
So looking back over your shoulder the last year,
I can see that look in your eyes.
what was your favourite project over the last year? You might have a couple, actually.
Yeah. Oh, what a lovely thing to ask. My bathroom, probably. Cars-wise, what was the best one? The ST.
Oh,
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve's ST.
Mate, Steve.
Because...
Why? Yeah, why?
and this is only this year, so like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of the other favourites, like
Yeah.
Palad and stuff, that was the previous year. But
Yeah.
this year, it will be the ST because I did such a mint job of it,
Yeah.
and it is sick. Like, it makes a fucking hell of a noise. It sounds like an Audi Quattro rally car.
Yeah. Is it 5-cylinder?
5-cylinder turbo,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's the after the Ram Air kit
Yes.
got put on it, it just sounds mental, and it's fast. I reckon it could keep up with the 911, you know.
Really?
If you were in the 911 and I was in the Focus.
See what you did there. See what you did there.
But yeah, I think the ST, it's a great colour combo and stuff. We were sitting and looking at the board, running through all of the... I've got a picture of it, of the videos that we've got in the bag for next year, and
Yeah.
what I'm going to try and sort of achieve for next year, video-wise. I didn't take a picture of it. But the Morris Traveller, we're potentially going to see again.
The shooting brake.
Yeah, the shooting brake. So that's gonna come out of hiding because I'm going to send that off to be done.
Isn't that... don't you own that with Alid?
So that's why I'm sending that off to be done. So Alid really wants it done, but he's realised because it's been sat in the shed for 3 years, we're never going to get it done. We're never going to get round to it. I want to do Tasty Classic stuff, and I'm not doing the car on my own because it's going to be for the bar really. So we're just going to send it off to Steph from iDriver Classic where she works.
Oh, right.
ADO3 Restoration, I think it is. And we're going to get them to do like the bulk of it, and then I'll just do some other stuff to it.
Brilliant.
Make it nice.
That will be a lovely thing to have.
Yeah, just knock them out in that little Morris.
Yeah.
And Capri bravely decided to get it to another place to be painted. So I'm not going to paint it.
Oh, so doing the bodywork.
Do all the bodywork and get it painted, because I just looked at like the rust and stuff that I still need to do, and I've done so much welding on it. I can't make good content out of it anymore on that side of things.
Yeah.
I can't make it. It's just
more
gonna
of
be
the same sort of thing.
more of the
Another
same.
rust patch.
Yeah, oh, here we go, another one. Oh, here we go, another one.
I get
Here we
that.
go. And it is very, very boring. And I noticed with the latest Rascal video,
Yeah.
people are getting bored of seeing the same car over and over again if it's not something exciting. So the Rascal is the worst. So the Christmas special video, so far, it's the worst viewed video on the channel.
I'm surprised by that.
I know.
Is it because I know what that looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because last time we got it MOT'd and that, and it's like, that's kind of it, then it's back on the road, isn't it? Done the job. So now it's just like, painting it and stuff, and people aren't that interested in seeing a car painted. So I'm going to pie that off, get that somewhere else, and then I'll do the engine side of it.
Yeah.
Do all the fun stuff that I'm looking forward to doing. So I'll get that done. That'll be in Capri 5, and I'm going to be filming that over the entirety of the next sort of 6 months. So that's really,
Because
really
that car, when it's finished, that Capri is going to be quite a special car, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Not, That's not your normal, totally standard 1.3 Cortina type thing. This is different, isn't it?
I'm going to spend a fair bit of money on it and make it a nice one. Make it really nice one. Make it fast.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And dangerous.
That'll be a nice car to have.
Yeah. I'm just... I want to see what I can do.
Yeah.
In terms of the other stuff. Because I do a lot of bodywork and things and welding and that, and it is a bit boring.
So but in the last one, turn it into me like...
I don't do much of changing engines, so I want to do more of that, basically.
Turn it into me interviewing you, but I'm interested. So in the last podcast or the one before, you said that like the format of Tasty Classics isn't sustainable. Like so.
Well, yeah, because of the thing like that. The last Rascal episode, no one wants to watch it.
Yeah.
I say no one wants to watch it. There's a lot of people that do, and again, I really appreciate people actually watching it. But I have to go where the money is.
Yeah.
I have to go where the views are. I have to go where the new
dragging
subscribers
a car
are.
out of the hedge.
Yeah.
Back from the dead type.
Yep.
People do love that.
Yeah. Just resurrecting
Mate,
old cars.
I sent you an orange Audi A4 that's ripe for pickings on the side of the road.
You did. You and about 6,000 other people.
Yeah. Do people send you shit cars all the time then?
Yeah, but the annoying thing is it's not. Yeah, but again,
I sent you.
Yeah, but the annoying thing is like, I can see cars. I've got eyes. So, like, what I need is it for sale? Who's the owner? Contact
know where it
details.
is.
Yeah, but it's like, it's what you want me to
We're
go
going
and
to pass it
do
on
all
the way
that.
to Tenby.
Okay, right, we'll start. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it looks,
But a lot of the time, it's people just going, I've seen this on Facebook Marketplace. I know I have eyes. I have Facebook Marketplace. I've
have
seen
eyes.
it as well.
I like that.
So it's trying to. What I need from people is hello, and the cars that you've seen that I have bought from subscribers, and this is when that's happened, is when they've gone, I own this car that's outside my house.
I want this much money for it.
I want this much money for it.
I live here.
Here's some pictures.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy it? And that's what I want. Anything else is, have you seen this on eBay? Have you seen this on Facebook? Nightmare. Like, I must get 10 of them a day.
Oh dear.
Maybe not 10 of them a day. That's probably a bit extreme. But I would say 2 a day, 2 or 3 a day.
Wow.
Across Facebook, Instagram, and so Facebook and Instagram, I can't check the messages anymore.
Yeah.
So the inboxes are fucked. It crashes sometimes. Like they're just absolutely fucked. I can't get onto them. Like, so I just got an automatic reply, and then I'm like, just look, if you need it, send me an email. And then Ellie reads the emails.
Yeah.
Deletes all the ones where she's fucked up on something, and then goes, and do you want an impreza? I'm like, oh, yeah,
Does she talk like that?
She does, yeah.
We didn't get to the bottom of that though, because so you said it wasn't sustainable to do. So you pull a car out of a hedge or a garage, hasn't run for 30 years, and then by the following Friday it goes out as a video.
Yeah.
That level of intensity, I think you said, isn't sustainable. Is that right?
Yeah. So like the car. So I'm doing one of my most enjoyable resurrections to date that I've been filming. I've done 5 days of filming on it so far. I'm hoping it's going to go out this Friday coming. It's so good. Don't want to give the game away on it because it is very, very special. And it's very, very expensive. I'm $3,000 into it so far.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't run.
Fuck.
I'm 5 days and $3,000 into it and it doesn't run. It's a nightmare. One of the it's the biggest engine I've ever done. It's the most complicated engine I've ever done. It's just a nightmare. So the problem with the time it takes for things is that I had to buy an ECU for this car.
Right.
It took 5 days to get the ECU.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed the ECU until the 3rd day of filming on the car.
Yeah.
So I'm already 8 days in.
Yeah.
And I've only got this sort of one thing.
That much content. Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is that I start filming other resurrections and stuff in between. What I can't do is the big restoration stuff because it's just spending, like on the Rascal, spending weeks and weeks and weeks for 30,000 people to watch it is not a lot. I don't really get paid anything for that.
Okay.
So it's like I like having the Rascals.
Sounds really good, 30,000, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But in reality, it's not massive, But so the only reason I did it is because I genuinely do sort of love the Rascal, and I wanted that van in my life. I wanted a Merchal. I want that vehicle, so that's why I did that. But if it was just anything else, not bothered.
Yeah.
You can do 2 episodes on a car. By the 3rd, people don't care, and they're waiting for the next thing.
Yeah.
So like the Cortina, I need to do one more video on that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and do something different in it to do with like putting alloy wheels on it, lowering it, stuff like that, just to make it interesting. Because otherwise, it would just be me doing a bit of paintwork on the Cortina and changing some brakes.
Yeah.
So it's just not interesting.
Doing a service.
Doing a service. It's not massive. So I want to try and do something a little bit different and lower it as well.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is what I need to do, but we're writing down all the sort of videos and stuff where we're going, and it's more concentrating towards just making fucked old cars run and trying to get them. Like the Nova is a perfect example. 1 episode, great fun. I had so much. The thing is, the videos are better when I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, of course.
And like you can watch the Nova video and you can see how much I'm actually enjoying doing it because I'm not spending 18 hours sanding a fucking van, you see I'm enjoying it more. Finding the crisps in the glove box and stuff. It's just an adventure, and it's a lot of fun. And that shows, that comes across in the viewers and everything as well. You know, it gets hundreds and hundreds of thousands. It's like, right, okay, that's great.
Yeah, that is good.
So that's what I need to sort of move on to, really, is doing that sort of thing. Back to, yeah.
Because that is the formula, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
That is the thing. Because I think what's unique about you is that there are lots of car guys out there, and some of them are very good, but not many of them like do the driving, do the commentary, and actually make the thing run. They don't do the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
So that gives you. So I've got this theory. I was talking to Brad about it when
like
he
Johnny
was
Smith.
You said it, not me.
He's like, I found this barn find. Anyway, let's give it a wash and pop it back in.
Yeah. Give it to my mechanic guy over there.
Yeah. So, well, hang on. You haven't done anything.
I am invested, talking about like a long time on a...
Chin-chin.
On one car, I do like his Allegro sleeper.
But again...
I like that car.
He's done fuck all.
I know, he hasn't done anything.
He has, but...
I do like that
sick.
car.
It is sick.
Yeah. That would be nice. Do you fancy doing that? Your Capri will sort of... Like, that will be... It won't be an original Capri, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, and the Allegro thing is sick.
I love it.
Is
that Honda
really
Civic
good.
engine or something? Type R.
Yeah. But the problem is with it is that there's a guy doing it. There's like this company doing it. It's like I watched a couple of episodes, and it's just Johnny Smith going around the car going, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that.
He'd open up the boot and like it's...
Yeah, but I want to see it. I want to see it being done. So the best of that, of any type of YouTube video for that sort of stuff that I like, is Project Binky.
Right.
Project Binky was a Toyota Celica GT4, four-wheel drive, turbo, 200 odd horsepower.
Yeah.
And a mini, old-shaped mini.
Yeah.
And they smushed them all into one.
What?
And it's just the sickest thing in the world. But the level of detail they go into, seeing how everything's done and that, which is what I like doing. I like, when I go and rescue a car, some people get annoyed because, like, the Vitesse video was great as an example, because I put on the screen in letters how many times I was trying to start it, and it ended up being 53 or something that I tried to start. But that's how it goes. That's what happens. It's real,
So that's what the conversation I had with Brad, who does a lot of his own flying videos, and he does them really well, actually.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Very, very good. Very high production quality.
Yeah, he's good at that stuff. I was talking about authenticity, and I think with the advent of AI and more stuff, at the moment you can say, well, that fucking AI is obvious, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get harder to work out what is and what isn't. At the moment, it's like, oh, look, that man's got 8 fingers. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're talking about, like deep fakes and stuff with Joe Rogan and stuff. He was being... it was advertising something and it wasn't him.
Yeah.
It was, deep fake, and then but loads of other people as well,
So authenticity, I think, will be the key in the next few years to come.
Yeah.
So when it's obviously real,
yeah,
you can't AI a piece of shit in a hedge, drag it out, power wash it, make it. That's real. It's obviously real. It's authentic.
Finding old crisps, eating them.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not AI, is it?
You're moaning about tequila and you're eating fucking 25-year-old quavers.
I felt better after the old crisps.
Yeah. No, that's good.
McCoy's,
Come on,
actually.
that's good, that. Look, there's only...
Put that bottle away now.
There's only that much to go. No, that's really cool. I'm excited about what's to come with Tasty Classics, actually.
So am I. I'm looking forward to just a year of resurrections, really, and just trying to make, a couple of, like, what I'd like to do is spend longer on each one. So, like, if I'm doing a few at a time, is like with the Cortina, for example. If I'd have had a longer term, but the problem was I was rushing to get it out on a Friday, so I couldn't do stuff that I wanted to do to that car. Because if I'd have had another week to do that video, I could have painted it and I could have changed the rear brakes.
Right.
Instead of just struggling on a Wednesday or Thursday trying to get the brakes that were there to work.
Yeah.
Just because I couldn't order any in time and get them delivered and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just, there's no time. So I need to adjust how I'm doing that. Spend longer on each one so it would be better so I can get the car done. So the car's done then and I can just use it and park it and great, that sort of stuff. But having to revisit things is annoying. But I don't mind the revisiting things if it's no more than sort of 2 times, maybe 3 at a push.
Yeah.
But 2 times I think is the winning number. A bit of a revisit and finish it off.
Are you
Make
going
it
to
nice.
get rid of some cars?
Yeah, probably starting with
How many have you got at the moment? Do you say 16?
16. Yeah.
16. Who has 16 cars? You know,
It's rookie numbers, isn't it? I need to up my game. But yeah, so I'm thinking the TT is going to get another video of me servicing it, changing a couple of tyres, repainting the wing that I didn't do a very good job of.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to raffle that car.
Right, okay.
So that's going to be the next car that goes from the fleet.
Someone's going to get a really good TT for £1.
Yeah, a lot of people saying, oh, you know, when are you doing the TT, when are you doing the TT? Because that is pretty much the only car that I'm ready to sort of part with at the moment.
Yeah.
And everything else I'm just going to sort of keep.
Great.
But there might be some other stuff that I might. So I'm even thinking of selling the Cortina and things.
Have you still got the Spitfire?
Yeah.
That's a lovely car.
Won't sell that like that too much. I need a little green vintage car. It's cool.
Yeah.
Vintage, classic. So one of the things that I'm thinking of doing in regards to getting rid of cars is I want to find a better premises, a new premises.
Oh, okay.
And I think that might centre around buying one.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere where I live as well and all this sort of stuff. I don't know. To do that, I need money. So Record Shop's doing really well at the moment. Bit of money coming in from there, and I've got a few other things on the go. It's just money's okay. But if I sell a few cars, maybe make a bit of space, maybe get some more stuff in to move on, I can save up a bit of cash.
Yeah.
And then hopefully buy a better, more usable space. Because a few people have commented on leaving my Panhard outside and leaving the Rover outside and the Focus, stuff like that. I don't want to leave these cars outside. I'm not doing it.
There's just no
I haven't
room.
got any room for them.
Yeah.
There's no space for them.
Yeah, it's, every now and again you see some like car place that Bill Smith's garage, you know that one?
Yeah,
example.
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
premium, but somewhere like that they've just moved on from.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a showroom.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be nice. I'd be happy with a big, clean, bright industrial unit where I can
that's true.
line all the cars up around the end.
Yeah.
And I can still see them, and they can be on camera, and I can look at them while I'm doing stuff. Because sometimes I will just sit there. If I just need like a minute, I'll just sit there and I'll just stare at the Panhard.
Rub one out.
Yeah, rub one out, like staring at it.
With your left hand.
That's why we wrote it down. Left-handed
Yeah, no, I
wanks.
get that, because it's like you don't do this in a cynical way. You genuinely love the cars, don't you?
Some of them, yeah, some of them,
that's
yeah.
cool.
So I'd like to. So maybe that's a direction for next year, is trying to work towards get rid of a few cars, save a bit of money, and maybe finding a better, brighter, bigger unit.
Yeah, cool.
Which
That's
would be
really
fun.
good. Got to be secure though, isn't it?
Got to be secure. Secure. What should we talk about now? I've got some other subjects
Bitcoin
written
book's
down.
doing well.
Is Bitcoin doing well?
Bitcoin's doing well. So it's Trump came in, and whatever you think about him, but what he is very pro crypto.
Yeah.
So
he's got a stake in it, hasn't he?
Yeah. So
Weird, that, isn't it?
yeah, and with
Pyramid scheme.
Elon Musk playing his strings, like
Yeah.
that's interesting. But anyway,
That is
let's not get into
interesting.
that. But
That is interesting.
But as a result, Bitcoin and crypto generally is doing well. It's had a little bit of pullback, but that always happens.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
2025 is going to be huge. But as a result, the book's doing very well.
So how many have you sold? 6.
No, it's like we're selling a few a day now.
Wow, that's good.
So that's really cool. But what I wanted to re-say on here is, if you listen to us talking bollocks, you're very welcome to have a free copy of it, and I'll send it out to you. So,
For free?
and for nothing, and for gratis.
Can't get anything for free nowadays, can you?
You can, mate. You can get a book about Bitcoin.
Fucking great stuff.
Fucking hell.
All it's going to cost you is £5,000 of your savings, and you might not get it back.
No, but you're welcome to have a free copy of the book. And I'm not sure this audience would like it, but you're very welcome also to have the new book for nothing as well, the Mind Diet book. So yeah, if you want one, just let me know and I'll send it over.
Have you read it?
I wrote it.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Well, Bella and I wrote it together.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's been good. It's been a good year, you know. So we've got those 2 books done by now, the end of the year. That was the plan from June to now. And we're going to crack on next year and get maybe 1 every 3 months done. So we should have
That'd be good.
Another 4 next year.
Decent.
So, yeah, like it.
Have you already worked out what they're going to be?
No, I think the next one will probably... Why, have you got an idea?
No, just say it's a very good idea not to work it out, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got a clue. Yeah, don't know. I think the next one is just about people getting burnt out and stuff like that, and just looking at that sort of side of life, really, and sort of looking at, you can probably do more by doing a bit less, if that makes sense.
Is that why, midday on a Sunday you got half a bottle of tequila in front of us?
Exactly right, mate. You know, you don't know what's around the corner, dude. Let's chill. Let's just have a lovely time. Let's
Yeah, you're right.
let's have a little bit of tequila. You feel better now, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there you
go. Of course.
Just listen to Dr. Garratt. Yeah, so just a little bit about that, I think. Just slowing down a bit, appreciating life a bit.
Nice,
that sort of
that's good.
stuff. Maybe. Might not be. Might be about like going faster, you know.
That'd be more icy, yeah. Work yourself to death.
Yeah.
A good title for the book.
Yeah.
But I've always been a big believer of like thriving under pressure.
Yeah.
So I enjoy working hard.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
7 days a week, 16 days in a row, whatever. Yeah, I'm into it. It's cool.
There is no substitute for that. People think, a lot of people think, that all these sort of get rich quick things, they don't work. There's no substitute for hard work.
Yeah, no get rich schemes exist.
No.
They're not real at all.
Not real. Well, you need risk. That's the point.
Yeah. Got to
Yeah.
have some stake in something, whether it's your time or your money.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like it.
So,
why does the sun come out? It's weird.
It's fascinating, this weather, isn't it? Absolutely fascinating. So, should we go for a positive, or do you want a negative? Or should we talk briefly about the fucking Tyson Fury fight last night? Have you caught any of that?
Well, I stood outside that bar around the corner and watched some of it while I was going to buy this tequila.
That's why you took so. I thought you got lost.
But he claims that he won, didn't he? And the judges are blind.
It's a fucking circus. Like I'm done with the whole thing. Like it's an absolute circus. Next they'll be fucking making them hybrids or something.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's
Engage punch power.
Yeah. It's like WWE. It's wrestling. It's
Jake Paul and Tyson.
Yeah, it's purely
Mike Tyson.
So apparently there's 190 million quid split between 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they're mates. They're good friends. Both of these people, they're good friends. And they're asking them to go in there and kick fuck out of each other. And they don't want to do it. There's no passion in it. It's all clips around. Just like, just 2 fucking fat old blokes just fucking throwing a few punches. And, it's like, you want to see people hating each other going into the ring and really having anger in their eyes and fucking doing some proper fighting. There's just none of that at all.
Well, there is in UFC. Toby's a massive UFC fan.
Yeah.
And he's shown me some clips and it's like they go at it.
Yeah.
But they're not pretending. There's a lot of claret being spilt.
Yeah. But I think, it's just like when you get into these massive cards, as they call them, I think it just becomes a bit of a circus. Like it's just a bit daft. There's no real sort of fight there, no animosity between them at all.
Yeah.
But in the dressing room afterwards, like, fucking hell, we did it. 190 mil, well done. You all right? You okay? You didn't fucking hit you too hard then, did I? No, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a load
I
of shit.
agree, didn't like
that. Didn't like it, move on. If we're going to do, every time we change the subject, we'd have to take a shot.
Yeah.
We'd be fucked now.
That was the original idea.
It was. It's crazy. So what do you want? Do you want positive or do you want negative?
Positive. Definitely positive.
Okay. Honda is potentially coming to the rescue of our good friends Nissan. So Nissan...
What's going on with Nissan then?
So if you haven't heard Nissan are struggling massively financially.
Okay.
Which was a total surprise to me.
Yeah.
I had no idea they were in any way in financial trouble, because they have stuff like the Micra, the Qashqai, the Duke, and they're just staple cars, like, Leaf, these cars that they're fucking everywhere. How can a company be in difficulties?
The Datsun 240Z.
Yeah. Skyline.
GTR, yeah.
Apparently a lot of it is because they can't compete. So everything written down here about what's happening in the car industry, Clarkson got it, just guessed the future, like years and years ago. It said soon we'll all be driving Chinese cars.
Right.
And that's what they're all blaming. I've researched all the few things about different manufacturers. They're all blaming Chinese EVs as Chinese cars, influx of them as a problem. So Nissan are like, we can't compete with them. They're too cheap, and the products are good, which is debatable. But for the money, they certainly are, really.
Well, like BYD and
Yeah.
MG. That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. And a lot of there's like so many other manufacturers you've never heard of. They're just these like, they're all coming over. So anyway, so Nissan a little bit of trouble there. So you've got to imagine though, like Nissan, Toyota, Honda, they're your Audi, Mercedes, BMW. These are big sort of brands that they're family names. They're sort of, they don't want to. They wouldn't, not like us sellouts. They wouldn't sell the Honda name to someone else. It's just like these are
Not like us.
Exactly. So so they're Honda have come along and said, well, let's we're going to buy you out, like, or join forces in some way. And that in itself is very, very positive, because even though, to start with, you're not going to suddenly have a load of cars like Honsan or Nissan, it's none of that. Like,
Nanda.
Yeah, whatever. So you're not gonna. You'll still have Nissan and Honda.
Yeah.
I hope this is how it's going to go, but I imagine it would. You still have Nissan and Honda, but they're going to be joining forces. They'll be doing
I can't
things.
stop doing that in my head now. Sorry. Yeah. So they'll. Okay. So economy of scale, sort of.
So potentially economy of scale,
Yeah.
and there could be some fun shit. About to happen, because the Japanese are having a little bit of a renaissance of like fun cars. So Toyota sort of kicked it off with the GT86 ages ago and the Subaru BRZ.
Yeah.
So when the news broke out of that, so that is your little coupe thing, rear wheel drive, 2 litre, front engine, just fucking great. Like, and when they bought out, it was a big deal, because nobody had made a car for fun in years.
Well, who made that little retro 2-seat? Was that? It looked like a 1960s. Was it Daihatsu? I can't remember. It's like a little.
Copen, little red one. Datsun Copen I had.
No, it was like they were like always cream and green, and they looked really retro and little 2-seater. I think it was Nissan, but
oh, do you mean like is it Pixo or something?
Something like that.
Oh, not a Pixo. I know.
They looked like a
Figaro.
Figaro.
Yes, that's a Nissan Micra-based car.
So that's a lovely, fun little thing, isn't it?
Fun little thing, but they're old as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, are they?
Yeah, really old. They're from like the 90s. Them.
Yeah. It's not old. It's all relative.
It's all relative. But so the great things that separate Honda and Nissan is that Honda only do front wheel drive cars.
Okay.
Apart from stuff like the NSX.
Yes.
And maybe there's others like CRVs and stuff. But anyway, they tend to focus around revvy engines and front wheel drive. That's their sort of thing. Nissan tend to focus around 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and big thumpy 6 cylinders and stuff.
Yeah, they sort of lean towards the American market, don't they?
Yeah. And that sort of but again, just making sick cars like.
Yeah.
And I'm just really interested to see what they
Yeah.
come up with. What's that going to look?
What's the love child?
Yeah,
of those
what's the
two?
love child of those two going to be? Who's going to do the engine? Who's going to do the suspension? Who's going to do the drivetrain? What are we going to see? What retro car names are we going to see coming back? You know? So that is really, really interesting. And they are, Honda as well, and Nissan probably, are like, they're having these big chats and they're inviting Mitsubishi to sit in the corner of the room while they're doing it.
Okay, so are they in trouble as well then?
Mitsubishi have been in trouble forever, only in
They
cars.
make all sorts of shit.
Yeah, so they don't care about the cars. They're not bothered
I was
about
going to
the
say
cars.
they make like mud movers, don't they?
Yeah, so cars for them is small fry, like really, but they have made some like Evos and stuff. They've made some amazing cars, and even just like the old Surfs, the Hilux Surfs and stuff. They're just the fucking coolest thing.
Yes, true.
So anyway, so they've said Mitsubishi, just come in and
Come in, lad.
just don't say anything for now because we're still not sure.
Yeah,
but like when we make our mind up, maybe you could come in as well.
All right.
And if Mitsubishi get involved, then all sorts of shit could go down.
So what you're saying, is that going to be some like mega Japanese car company then, if the three of them get together?
It will be, yeah. But I mean, the only downside to it is that they would lose some. You don't want to you don't want to have too many shared builds, because a Mitsubishi Evo is a very, very different car to a Nissan Skyline and a Civic Type R. They're
So different.
three very different platforms, very different engines, a very different handling, very different looking, all that good stuff. You don't want them to be sharing a platform in any way.
Yeah,
or anything
because
like
Citroën
that.
and Peugeot did that. It was really annoying. It's basically that, you know, they'd have a car and you go, do you want the Peugeot one or the Citroën one?
Yeah,
It's the same
exactly,
thing.
yeah.
They did that a lot, didn't they?
Oh, constantly, yeah, they still do.
Do they?
Well, kind of, but it's different now, isn't it, with Stellantis, which we're going to get onto shortly. Yeah. But the, what was I going to say? The big shared build thing, which was, I didn't like it so much, but I think they are cool, was the BMW Z4 and Toyota Supra thing that came out. So Toyota were like, we're not going to make a Supra because it's too expensive unless we get a shared build with someone, and that was BMW Z4, which is a phenomenally good car, and it's a great. There's nothing wrong with it. Technically, as a car, it's probably, I don't know. It's just a fantastic thing, but it just feels a bit weird. The Toyota Supra is a BMW Z4. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
Because BMWs have, out of every manufacturer I've ever driven, I've had tons of BMWs. There's nothing else that drives like a BMW. They're very specific. They have a weird driving thing. They're totally unique. You could blindfold me and put me in a BMW and I'd spot it within milliseconds of pulling off about this BMW straight away. And for that to be a Toyota Supra is odd. So I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't want that to.
You don't want sort of Frankenstein cars.
Well, I don't want a Nissan Skyline to be something any less than than greatness.
Yeah.
I don't want an Evo to be anything less than greatness. I don't want them to compromise anything. So that's the only negative. But the positive is potentially they could, all the passenger cars stuff, all the boring stuff, lump all that together.
Yeah.
Economies of scale, do easy,
But the racy stuff.
Yeah, Ford Fiesta size things. You can just do whatever the fuck you want with that. Shopping trolley stuff. You crack on. 4x4s and stuff. Again, do whatever you want. But when it comes to supercars, then, or the more fun cars, they might then have the money and the time to make something sick. Which I would like to see.
Have you seen the new Toyota Land Cruiser? It's a beautiful thing. It's very square. It looks like it's chipped from granite. Nice. It looks like something you would go in the desert in. It's just really cool.
I do like a Land Cruiser, but a lot of people slagged off my Discovery because when it broke down, you should have bought a Land Cruiser. It's like, well, kind of, but terrorists drive Land Cruisers, don't they?
Yeah, they do. You've got to have a Kalashnikov under the seat.
Sitting there, I'd rather stick to my Land Rover, please.
Did I tell you about in Northern Ireland? We used to have a Ford operating base.
Yeah.
So you'd go and live there for 4 days and fly out of a place called Bessbrook Mill, and it was it was an FOB, it's forward operating base. So you'd fly down there, and you'd operate there, and then you fly back. If the weather was shit, you'd have a swap over of crews, and the only way they could do it was driving. And at the time, they didn't like us over there. So
yeah, of course.
What would happen is
You specifically as well, I heard.
me specifically.
Yeah.
So you drive down and you bring a change of clothing for the guys, and they'd have their pistol under their seat and drive back. And one of the funniest things I've ever seen was a mate of mine called Stino, and got a phone call to say you clock Stino when he walks into the bar. And so they brought.
Say again.
They would just have a look at Stino when he walks into the bar. So basically, this crew drove down, give Stino some clothes to drive back in this like unmarked Ford Escort, all the way through sort of bandit country, as we called it, back to Aldergrove, the other side of Belfast, with a gun under his seat. But he walks into the bar and just says, "You fuckers," and he's wearing like a little orange tank top that's too small for him, and some ladies like flares, crimpline flares that he can't even get done up, and his flying boots. And he walks in wearing this. He said, "I've had to fucking drive with a gun under my seat."
Amazing.
And he said, "I would have just let them shoot me."
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What would have happened if he'd have got pulled by the 5-0?
By the what now?
By the Popo?
Oh no, but they were on side, weren't they? The RUC.
Yeah, so how does that conversation go when you got a fucking gun under your seat?
Well, he would have had an ID card somewhere.
Oh, right.
Probably in the crevice of his bum cheeks.
Yeah.
But
that's, so, you know, coppers pull up to the car and they go, "What the fuck?" And he goes, I'm a RAF guy, like I've got.
It's all right, mate. Well, first of all, they say, "Have you got any ID?
Have you got any ID?
I know your name. I know where you live. I know your daddy." And you just shit yourself, because the RUC were a fucking scary bunch.
Yeah.
They really were. Yeah. So what was the end of that? What were we saying?
I don't know. I think it just involves a massive shootout, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which
The RUC. Yeah.
But
They used to make their own poutine.
what's poutine?
It's an alcohol made from potatoes. It's the most horrific stuff I've ever had. So they used to confiscate it.
You'd still have some though, wouldn't you?
They used to confiscate it and take it to the parties.
Right,
And say, "Try this." And you try it. I had a shot of it, and it made the back of my eyeballs go cold.
Nice.
So I think we should have a toast to the last of the...
No, I can't. I can't. We'll do it off camera.
To the end of the year, because it's been an amazing year. Here you go.
No, you're insane. You're insane.
You've got to toast the end of the year.
Tiny bit.
Say when.
That'll do. Come on.
So that's been good, hasn't it? Been a good year.
One of our... can I say your name? Alicia.
She's amazing.
Behind the camera.
Yeah.
She's just come in now. That's why we had to stop the camera, because they need to open the bar.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably finish this episode there.
Yeah.
And we'll try and do one where we're both not in recovery and drinking tequila next time.
Tequila Chronicles. Cheers.
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Cheers.